Okay, I'm going to expand on this because a lot of people seem to think that physical intimacy is a need and not a want or a desire, which is my take. Many people brought up Maslow's hierarchy of needs or the orphan babies, the idea that just because we don't die without touch, it doesn't make it a need. I hear you, and I understand that from a 3D perspective, it feels like a need. If you're operating within the physical, tangible reality as ultimate truth, then touch feels essential. It contributes to emotional regulation and bonding and physical well-being. But when you expand your level of consciousness, which was the intent of the video, to challenge your current perspectives, assumptions, and beliefs into a 5D perception of reality where there is nothing outside of us required for our wholeness. In a 3D framework, we view our needs based on survival and external fulfillment. Food, water, and shelter are needs because without them, we would cease to exist. Touch and connection feel like needs because they contribute to our emotional health. And we've been conditioned to believe that love, intimacy, and validation must come from outside of us. From a 5D framework, we know that we are whole and complete within ourselves. We don't need external validation to feel worthy. We don't need another person's presence to feel love. And we don't need physical intimacy to experience connection. We are souls having a human experience, and we come to Earth to experience contrast, to explore what it feels like to be in a body, to give and receive love through physical form. That is an experience we have chosen because we cannot have that in the ether. It is our soul's desire to experience touch. It is a want, not a need, nor a requirement. And if this concept is something that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Simply because you're living in the 3D paradigm. That is where you are at right now on your soul's journey. But let's address all of the counter arguments. A few people have pointed to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's model is a theory based on human motivation. It's not absolute truth. It is based on a 3D perception of reality where well-being is defined by external factors. Maslow's hierarchy does not explicitly say physical touch is a need. Instead, it speaks on intimacy and connection, which would fall under love and belonging. They are physiological and emotional needs rather than survival needs. This distinction is crucial because love and belonging are inner states of being, not external conditions. If you don't feel connected within yourself, no amount of external intimacy is going to fill that void. Thinking it does only creates attachment and dependency, not true connection. If you believe you lack love, you will chase it. If you know you are love, you will naturally attract fulfilling experiences. 3D thinking says I need intimacy in order to feel whole. 5D knowing says I am whole. Intimacy is an experience I enjoy, not a void I must fill. This is the fundamental difference between desiring intimacy from a place of wholeness and needing intimacy from a place of lack. So let's talk about the orphan babies. In early development, human connection is necessary for regulating the nervous system. If a child never learns self-regulation through the role modeling of healthy regulation from their caregivers, they will grow into adults that seek it externally. But humans are meant to evolve outside of their survival instincts. When we do that, we realize that love, connection, and self-regulation are cultivated within. We don't require another person to achieve these states. And then there's the argument, just because we don't die from not having it, it doesn't mean that it's not a need. Well, this is where our belief creates our reality. If you believe you need touch to be happy, fulfilled, or whole, that will be true for you. But if you shift your belief to I am whole, touch is a beautiful experience that I choose to enjoy, then your reality will shift. There's nothing wrong with desiring physical intimacy. It's one of the most beautiful experiences of being human. The key is recognizing the difference between desiring something and believing you can't be whole without it. 3D consciousness says I need touch to feel connected. 5D consciousness says I am connection. Touch enhances my experience, but I do not need it to be whole. The more we can shift into that perspective, the more we release attachment and dependency, allowing the love and intimacy that we crave to actually flow into our experience instead of clinging to them out of perceived necessity. This perspective isn't about dismissing the human experience. It's about moving past the limiting beliefs that keep you feeling incomplete. If this challenges you, I encourage you to sit with it and unpack where the resistance comes from. Like, what if you were already whole? What if love and intimacy and connection were energies that already existed within you, not things that you need to get from other people? When you can shift from needing into choosing, you step into your power.